Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a woman who is staying here in South Africa. But even right now, when I tell my husband this story that I am about to share with you, my husband does not even believe me at all. So this is what happened after my father decided that he wanted to take another wife. So my father, we can say that he had a perfect marriage. He had his two wives, but we did not know what exactly happened between him and his second wife. One morning we woke up and she was all gone. That woman, I can say that she was the most kind woman that I had ever met in my life. But the rumors that we had was that at the time when my father started dating the woman who became our stepmother, she went and she fought with our father's girlfriend. And then it was said that there were some people who saw that woman pick up the soil where our dad's second wife had stepped on. So people were saying that she then went to a traditional healer and then they stole my father's second wife's mind, and she started to wandering around because we found out that she was no longer at home. But some people, they say that she is still alive, but I think that she has since passed away. So she had been cooking because this was the way that my father had set up his home. So there were two main houses at our house, one for our mother and one for his second wife. So one day we were just sitting outside. That was when my mom said that I was supposed to go to her house and see what was she cooking because the food was smelling like it was burning. So I went there and I was really happy because she really liked me a lot. I rushed there and I did not find anyone. I went indoors and I saw her children. They were just sitting and watching TV because they were really young at that time. I asked them where was their mom at, and then they told me that they did not even know. I then went to the bedroom and I called her, and when I went into the bedroom I did not see anyone. I came back and I switched off the stove and I went back to my mom and I told her that all the food had been burnt and there was no sign of anyone in the house. She came and she looked, and indeed we saw that my stepmom was nowhere to be found. Then she said that we had to call our dad. So my dad was called by my mom, and then my dad rushed back home. And after my dad had rushed back home, that was when he said that even her phone, it was in the bedroom. That was when we realized that when she had gone out, she was not wearing anything. This we found when we were looking around and we saw that there were some footprints, and these footprints, it seemed as if the person had walked barefooted going out of the gate, and we saw that these were the footprints that had been left behind by my stepmom. So just outside of our gate there was this other woman who used to sell like your fruit and veggies. So my dad went to that woman and asked if she had seen his wife, and then she said, when she came out of the yard, I tried to greet her, but she said that she then pointed at this other flower bed. So like at the edge of the flower beds we had this other pavement bricks. She said that my stepmom then went and picked up one of the pavement bricks and ran towards her, and she even attempted to hit her with that brick. So they all ran away, and then she said that my stepmom started laughing, and she was saying that she wanted everyone to die. She wanted me, my mother, my father, her own children, including herself, to die. So at that time she said that with her child, she discussed with her child and they could not understand. So they thought that maybe we did not want them to sell their fruit and veggies close to our house. And I just wish, Brother Nash, even right now, I so wish that that woman would have entered at least into our yard when she saw that our stepmom was displaying this strange behavior. Maybe if she had told my mom in time, maybe this could have not happened. Maybe we could have known what exactly happened to her. Right now, as for her children, they do not even have any memory of their mother, because when it happened, they were quite young. I was also young, but because of the way that my mother passed away, I can never forget what happened. So my dad then brought his girlfriend, who became his second wife. And when my dad brought that woman, who later became his second wife, that was when my father started mistreating my mother. And the night that he came with his girlfriend, then my mother then said to him, so where are you going to stay with this woman, this new wife of yours? Then my father then said that, you have to know that this is my house. Do you know that I can even throw you out of your own bedroom and I can start staying in that bedroom with my new wife, because this house, it belongs to me. What was happening at that time, it was more like a movie. My dad stopped acting as if my dad then started acting as if it was no longer normal. He was always so rude towards my mother. Sometimes he will just go out, and we will know that when he would have gone out, we had to wait for him. Sometimes he would go for more than a month. This was before my stepmom had started staying at our house. Finally, then she came and she started staying with us, and she was staying in that same house where my father used to stay with his second wife. So my mom was like, according to our culture, it is very wrong, because her relatives, they had said that they were not going to take anything just in case if she was still alive. Her clothes, even right now, I do not even want to go to my father's house. It is scary. It's our house there in Harare, because my stepmom's clothes are still there, her kitchen utensils, everything, the whole furniture. A bed that she was using when she was still there, it is still there. But my father and his new wife, they had the nerves to use the furniture and everything. Later on, my mother then passed away. So by the time that my mother passed away, then my mother kept on telling me that at night she will see a dancing light that will be dancing just outside of a window, as if there was someone that will be busy playing with a torch outside. So she said that she used to pray, and after she would have prayed, then that dancing light will stop dancing. And then there was this other day when she saw that this light, it kept on dancing and bouncing around. She tried to open the curtain, thinking that there was someone who was pranking her, as the person will be using the torch to make that dancing light that she used to see. And when she opened the curtain, my mom then said that she saw that there was a skeleton that was staring at her. This skeleton, it was standing outside. And from there on, that was when she started to feel that there was something that was now stuck on her throat. And that is how my mom passed away. And when my father took my mother to the hospital, she kept on crying as she was saying, please take me to the pastor, because if you go with me to the hospital, it's like a death sentence. Send me to the pastor, please, because he can pray for me and I am going to be okay. Anyway, after my mother had passed away, so my father's second wife, it's like she used to see some strange things that were happening in that house that once belonged to my father's second wife, because sometimes during the day you will hear her screaming, and after she would have screamed, then she will run out of that house as if she would have seen a ghost. And when she would run out, and when she would see that we would be looking at her, she used to hit us and insult us. Then there was this other day, she had made some jungle oats, and after she had made those jungle oats, that was when she came out of that house. She was like running, flying, and she fell down on the veranda. She then picked up a broom that was close by, and she hit me really hard, and she said, you go and fetch my cereals that are inside the kitchen. When I walked into that house, that was when I felt that there was something that was with me, because the whole house, it was really cold, as if I had stepped into a fridge. I did not see anything, but I felt that as I was moving around, there was someone that was following me. I could even hear the person breathing just behind me. And I then picked up that bowl that was filled with jungle oats, and I forgot the spoon because I was so scared. She screamed at me so hard, but I told her that I could not go back into that kitchen. I then went to our house and then I got a spoon for her. From that day, that was when she said that she did not want to stay at that house anymore, and she moved into my late mother's house. And even right now, they are still using a lot of my mom's furniture. From there on, she started abusing us until I moved out of the house, and then I came here and I then started working. Whenever I return back home, Brother Nashi, I am so scared to go to my father's house because of some of the things that happened there. And what makes me to feel really scared is like she then forced my father to get married to her, and I know that after my father would have died, then that house, she will claim that the house, it belongs to her. This is my own confession, Brother Nashi. I don't want to lie. I keep on asking myself, what really went wrong? Why did my father choose this woman? Because we were happy. Yes, my father, he had his 2 wives, but all of a sudden our life was turned upside down. It is really scary to be at my father's house. I don't want to lie to you. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. So that was the translation of that message that was sent to me. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.